motion to.
What we're going to do is we're going to have a motion to close the work session and enter the work session, and then a motion to adjourn the work session, and then we'll do the 8 o'clock meeting.
We're going to have a motion to close the
Close the
executive
closed
session.
session.
Yes.
First is a motion to close the
Close the
executive
executive
session.
session. And there's no action to be taken, right?
No action. What?
We are live, but I'm pushing the link.
Nancy, are we ready to get a motion?
Make a motion to come out of executive session.
Okay.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Rubenstein?
Yes.
Make a motion to close the work session.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Rubenstein?
Yes. The regular meeting of the Wykoff Township Committee is called to order. Can we stand for the flag salute, please? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can you stay standing for the invocation? Rudy, you want to do it?
I will brief. All right, bow your heads, please. Father in heaven, we come into your presence once again to ask your blessing on our township and on our nation, and especially on our deliberations at this meeting tonight that we're making for the citizens and folks in our beloved township. In your name, amen.
Amen. Nancy, can I get a reading of the Open Public Meetings Act?
This regular business meeting of the Township Committee of the Township of Wykoff is now in session. In accordance with Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, I wish to advise that notice of this meeting has been posted on the bulletin board at Memorial Town Hall and on our Township Committee website page. A copy has been filed with the Township Clerk, and copies were emailed to the Ridgewood News, the Record, and to the North Jersey Herald and News, all newspapers with general circulation throughout the Township of Wykoff. At least 48 hours prior to this meeting, the agenda was similarly posted, filed, and emailed to said newspapers.
Can I get a roll call of the Township Committee, please?
Mr. Boonstra?
Here.
Mr. Madigan?
Yeah.
Mr. Melchiong?
Here.
Mr. Shanley?
Here.
And Mayor Rubenstein?
Here. Can I get a motion to open the public comment period, 5 minutes per speaker for public comment on any governmental issue that a member of the public feels may be of concern to the residents of the Township of Wykoff?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Rubenstein?
Yes. Please call 201-891-7000, extension 2220, if you wish to make a comment or come to the microphone. Hearing and seeing no one, can I request a motion to close the public comment period?
Motion to close.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Rubenstein?
Yes. Can I get a motion to approve the August 17th, 2021 Township Committee work session and regular business meeting minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Rubenstein?
Yes. Can I get the consent agenda, Nancy?
All matters listed below are considered by the Township Committee to be routine in nature. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If any discussion is desired by the Township Committee, then that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Resolutions. 262, confirm endorsement of Christian Health Communities Development Project for air filtering systems. 263, 2020 audit general comments and recommendations. 264, authorize interlocal agreement, NBCUA sewer operator service. 265, authorization of vouchers and approval to pay bills. 266, authorize first responder fireworks fundraiser. And I don't know if I mentioned the closed session here, or if it's only in the work session. We have no ordinances for introduction, but we have several motions. Approve and memorialize the installation of tents for September outdoor worship services at Temple Beth Rashan for 10 days beginning September 3rd, 2021. Approve and memorialize the installation of 22-inch by 28-inch temporary signs for 10 days on private property at 4 specified locations beginning September 3rd, 2021 for Wyckoff YMCA to promote Wyckoff Day, which is to be held on Saturday, September 18th, 2021. Approve and memorialize the application of the Wyckoff Newcomers Club to hold a trunk or treat event at the Larkin House parking lot on Saturday, October 30th between 2:30 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. That includes setup and cleanup. Approve appointment of Nicholas Bucci as probationary police officer effective October 1st, 2021. Approve and memorialize Eastern Christian Children's Retreat fundraiser at Cedar Hill Church on Wednesday, October 6th, 2021. Approve and memorialize the application of Cody Leroy as a firefighter with company number 1 effective September 14th, 2021. Approve and memorialize the application of Ethan Leroy as firefighter with company 1 effective September 14th, 2021. Approve and memorialize the installation of temporary signs from September 24th to October 2nd, advertising the Wyckoff YMCA's annual Buddy Walk fundraiser to be held on October 2nd, 2021.
Motion to approve the consent agenda? Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Rubenstein.
Yes.
Madam Mayor, I have 2 ordinances for public hearing further consideration. The first is ordinance 1948, which is an ordinance to modify Chapter 111, Dogs, in the Code of the Township of Wyckoff, to modify Section 111-3, Annual Fees, Expiration Date, and Section 111-9, Dogs Running at Large, to increase fees. For second reading by title only, and a copy of this ordinance has been posted on the bulletin board in Town Hall where public notices are customarily posted, and copies have been made available to members of the public of the township who have requested the same.
I move the ordinance on second reading by title only?
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Rubenstein.
Yes. This is the time and place for the public hearing on ordinance number 1948, and all persons who wish to be heard, please state your name and address before making your statement. If you wish to comment, please dial 201-891-7000, extension 2220, or come to the microphone.
Hearing no one, I move that the public hearing on ordinance 1948 be closed.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Madigan? Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Rubenstein.
Yes.
Be it resolved by the Township Committee of the Township of Wyckoff that ordinance number 1948, after public hearing and further consideration, is hereby adopted, and the municipal clerk is hereby authorized and directed to publish the notice of final passage of said ordinance in the official newspaper for the township as provided by law.
I move the resolution.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Rubenstein.
Yes.
And finally, we have ordinance number 1949, which is an ordinance to modify Chapter 106, Cats, in the Code of the Township of Wyckoff, Section 106-3E, Annual Fees, to increase fees. For second reading by title only, and a copy of this ordinance has been posted on the bulletin board in Town Hall, where public notices are customarily posted, and copies have been made available to members of the public of the township who have requested the same.
I move the ordinance on second reading by title only.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Rubenstein.
Yes. This is the time and place for the public hearing on ordinance number 1949, and all persons who wish to be heard, please state your name and address before making a statement. Either come to the microphone, or if you wish to comment, please dial 201-891-7000, extension 2220.
Hearing no one, I move that the public hearing on ordinance 1949 be closed.
I'll second it.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Rubenstein.
Yes.
Be it resolved by the Township Committee of the Township of Wykoff that ordinance number 1949, after public hearing and further consideration, is hereby adopted, and the municipal clerk is hereby authorized and directed to publish the notice of final passage of said ordinance in the official newspaper for the township as provided by law.
I move the resolution.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Rubenstein.
Yes. May I have a motion and a second to adjourn the business meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Rubenstein.